Chris, did you go to that one?
I did.
That was 86.
Was that the year you guys had the big promotion down at the Phantasmagoria thing down at Record Bar?
Yeah, that was going to be my question for Christian. If he didn't actually go to the Jockey until our first gig there, did you get to see the Damned in store in Tri-County Mall?
I was there for that, and I ended up buying a copy of Phantasmagoria, standing there that day waiting in line. And then when I got up to the autograph line, Dave Vivian signed it. He just wrote on it, "Just bought it," and then signed his name because I still had the plastic on it. And I have no idea where that ever ended up, but I mean, it was a great album.
Yeah.
Actually, and every once in a while, I saw something the other day, made me think about it. Miami Vice was on TV. And so I stopped. I was like, well, I haven't seen this in forever. And I listened to it. It's like, hey, that's the Damned in the background. And then the more I listened, I watched the episode. Every song on that episode was the Damned. So they must have been trying to, record company hooked up with the TV company or something at the time.
I think
I'll have to look that one up.
That's right around that same time, too, because I think by the time they came to the Jockey Club, it was right before the next record came out called Anything.
Yeah.
And with Anything, the record called Anything, MCA Records made this great big and what turned out to be the final push of the Damned. Like, if we can't put them over the top, we're just going to drop them. And they did. And part of that publicity push was a network TV show that would like feature them on the soundtrack. They had a song on like the Miami Vice 2 album too. Like there was a soundtrack album, and then there was the soundtrack album volume 2 that had like an instrumental version. I think it was in Dolce Decorum or one of their more gothy tunes. But you are right. They were, I don't think the band was actually on screen. They didn't star on Miami Vice, but the music was used on an episode.
No, I just heard the music and I was like, wait a minute. So,
yeah.
But I was just flipping through channels and I stopped and I watched for a while and I heard a couple more songs. So,
Now, was that the episode where Miles Davis played a pimp?
See, now I don't know about that, but
that's some the casting on that, or the storyline. Yeah, I read his autobiography, and it's not much of a stretch for Miles.
I was going to mention that too, because that was a time there must have been somebody at Miami Vice that was keen on incorporating like pop culture, icons or music stars or something. Because Zappa was on there too. He played like a mafia boss on an episode.
Yeah.
Zappa, Phil Collins, Ted Nugent, Willie Nelson. There were a ton of musicians that were on that show.
Really?
Glenn Fry, obviously. Yeah. They had a whole history of musicians on the show. Sheena Easton, I think, was on one.
Welcome to Miami Vice reunion. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Christian, what are you doing? Don't hijack my show, man.
Sorry, you could edit this out.
Didn't Don Johnson come out with a record at that same time? I think you guys were pushing it hard at the record bar.
I don't know about that, but yeah, it came out about that time. That's funny. All right, let me see what else I got here.
Are you still looking through pictures? I got a bunch.
Yeah. There's Johnny. I know we've already talked about it on here, Chris, but that was the show where you fell asleep on top of the pinball machine.
The pinball machine.
And Johnny, this picture was taken Friday, the 28th of February, and he came back to the Jockey Club 2 days later, and I ran across the mall to show me that again, Chris. Let's see that again. I ran across the mall to the 1 hour photo play and got a couple of 8x10 enlargements. Took them down there for Johnny to sign it. He liked that one so much that he asked me if he could have it.
Now, is that backwards to you guys?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, that picture Johnny liked. He said he wanted to send it to his girlfriend back in Sweden, or maybe it was Switzerland. I can't remember. So, and this is actually a Ramon show I did not see. This was like a year or two before I saw them down there. This was probably 80.
Was Suicidal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
And I think that was the Too Tough to Die tour. And then when we saw them down there in 86 would have been, is that Animal Boy? Christian, is that right? 86?
Animal Boy was 86, yeah.
So there you go. The clock on the screen tells me we're down to our last 2.5 minutes. And because I'm really not sure when the time runs out on us here, I'm really not sure if we're going to be able to like log back on with the same password and everything. So you guys better get your licks in now. If there's anything you want to say, speak now or forever hold your peace.
I love you both. That's one thing I wanted to say.
We love
Should
you.
have said that. Should have said that first, but got around to it, I guess.
Save the best for last.
Yeah.
What were we?
Too.
What were we doing trying to pass ourselves off as a punk band? I didn't drink. Christian didn't swear.
Just lucky, I guess.
That's why he made the perfect front man.
I guess any number of those DC straight edge bands would say the same thing. Like, we didn't even swear or do drugs or anything.
He said, well, yeah, our singer's not allowed.
That's how punk rock we are.
That's great. Oh, how are you going to top that tonight?
Our singer had to crawl out his bedroom window to come to the gig.
That's awesome.
All right, in case we can't log back on here in a minute or two, I love you guys too. And Christian, thank you for sitting and talking with us. We should do this more often.
I do this with you guys every night. I'm serious.
Well, get us on your next episode of the Miami Vice reunion, man.
I will. I'll get you guys on. We'll do that special Phantasmagoria version of everything.
Chris, hit us with some wisdom before the clock runs out on us.
I remember Christian had the rail buggy.
Yep.
And I asked him what he ran on. And straight in the eye, he says, jet fuel, baby. That always stuck with me. I was like, God damn, right on.
I think there was very briefly a Speed Hickey song called Jet Fuel Baby.